Hello, this is Michael Silva. In this episode, we are going to talk about how to create an effective website for your security consulting practice. Having an effective website is essential for the independent security consultant. Many consultants obtain as much as 80% of their new business as a direct result of their website. Even if a potential client hears about you in another way, they will almost always visit your website first to check you out before they call you. Not having a website, or having a website that displays the words "under construction," can raise a red flag to potential clients and cause you to be compared unfavorably to those consultants who do have an effective website. I have a very effective website that generates lots of leads from across the country. In many cases, I may feel that a lead for a project opportunity is outside of my area of expertise, or is too far away for me to serve the client cost effectively, or sometimes I'm simply too busy to take on another project. In these cases, I will usually pass the lead along to another consultant that I know and trust. When I do this, the consultant that I am referring the lead to is often dumbfounded and asks something along the lines of, "What made them contact you in Seattle when I'm right here in Boston, just 10 minutes away from their facility?" The answer is usually because they don't have a very effective website. Too many security consultant websites focus more on being visually impressive than on being effective tools for selling consulting services. This is most often true when the consultant uses a professional website designer and doesn't give them the proper direction. The end result may be a very attractive website, but unfortunately, many of these websites do little or nothing to attract potential buyers of your security consulting services. In many ways, this is like constructing an impressive office building out in the middle of a remote desert. It's beautiful to look at, but nearly impossible to find. This video will provide some suggestions for an effective website based on my personal experience. I am by no means a professional website designer or a search optimization expert, but I feel that I have learned a thing or two about using a website to attract security consulting clients since I launched my first website in the late 1990s. Here are some of my suggestions. Number one, most clients will search for consultants on the internet using specific keywords. Often, they will search for the consultant based on the type of facility that they need help with. For example, a property manager might do a search using the keywords apartment security consultants. Or they may search for consultants that specifically serve the city or state that their facility is located in, using keywords such as security consultants in Detroit. Many times, they may use a combination of both your specialty and your location, using keywords such as apartment security experts in Detroit or apartment security consultants in Detroit. To increase the chances of your site being found when a client does a search, tell them who you are and what you do in plain language. Show that you are a specialist in your chosen security consulting specialty. Keep your list of service offerings short, preferably 10 or less. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Making your list of specialties or services offered too broad can make the client think that you may not be very good at any of them. Clearly state the specific cities, towns, counties, and states which you consider to be your target market area. In this example, the consultant has defined a relatively small market area that she wishes to target. You may choose to specify a larger market area, such as an entire state or group of states, but be careful not to make it too broad. Making statements such as, "We offer services nationwide," or "providing services throughout the world," can result in you being completely left out of searches. Number two, the homepage of your website should provide a complete snapshot of you and the core services that you offer, as well as provide a quick way to contact you. It should not be necessary to click through several pages to find this information. Many visitors will never get beyond the home page. Number three, your website should focus on the user's problems and how you are uniquely qualified to solve them. Too many security consultant websites shout, me, and do nothing to speak to the needs of the client. While your website should include a section that briefly describes your background and experience, this is not the place to tell your life story. Don't confuse your website with your biography. Claims that simply express experience are meaningless unless you can specifically tell the client how this experience can directly benefit them. For example, a website that says 25 years of law enforcement experience by itself tells the client very little. Try to translate this into a statement that tells the client how your experience will directly benefit them. For example, a statement such as, "My 25 years of law enforcement experience has taught me how criminals think and operate, allowing me to quickly spot weaknesses and recommend cost-effective solutions." This is a much more targeted statement that tells the client more specifically how you can help. Using another example, a website could say something like "former hospital security director." This could be expanded upon to explain better how this is beneficial to the client. For example, the consultant could use a statement such as, "My previous experience as a hospital security director in one of America's largest cities gives me an in-depth understanding of the security challenges that your hospital is facing and allows me to recommend proven security solutions that have been effectively implemented at other facilities similar to your own." Number 4, provide success stories about work that you have done for other clients in the past and the benefits that is provided. If you are just starting out, provide success stories from work that you have performed at your past jobs. Success stories are especially powerful if they come in the form of testimonials from past clients. A surprising number of clients are happy to provide this type of statement if you ask. Here are a few examples. Number 5, describe what makes you different from your competitors in terms of skill and project approach. Don't make empty statements. Back them up with facts. Number 6, content is king. Provide as much useful content within your website as you can. This can include technical tips, articles, and links to other resources. These are all ways to provide content that is useful to consumers visiting your website. Having a lot of high-quality content on your website can also significantly increase the chances of your site being found by search engines. For example, I have over 70 articles posted in the security tips section of my website, and these often generate hundreds of visits to my site per day. While some of these are nuisance requests, they also result in many solid leads from all across the country. Number 7, use simple, non-technical language. Avoid using industry jargon and abbreviations that the average person is unlikely to know. Use plain language and keep it simple. I don't recommend using your website as a place to show off your advanced vocabulary skills. Number 8, include a call to action message on every page of your website. Make it easy for a potential client to contact you. Provide your telephone number and email address on every page of your website. While your site should have a contact form, it should not be the only way that clients can contact you. Number 9, update the content frequently on your website to keep it fresh. Search engines like Google prioritize websites that provide fresh, relevant content. Regular updates signal that your site is active and valuable. Sites that have stale content can be ranked poorly by search engines. Check your site often to make sure that any links and references provided are still current. Number 10, it is estimated that over 60% of people now browse the internet using their smartphone rather than a personal computer. Be sure that your website is mobile-friendly and optimized to support the use of both smartphones and tablets. Number 11, providing the physical address of your business on your website can be reassuring to some clients. While some consultants may not have a physical address that they want to share, doing so may increase your credibility and be beneficial. When creating a website, one approach is to retain the services of a professional website developer. The developer should have previous experience in developing websites for professional services firms. Work closely with the developer as the site is being created to make sure that your expectations are being met and that the suggestions I have provided above are being followed. The photos, graphical elements, and written content used on your website should be created by you or the developer and not copied from websites or other sources without permission. It is surprising how many times a consultant is embarrassed to find out that his website developer used content without permission or that was directly copied from another consultant's website. If you can't afford to hire a professional developer and feel that you have the ability to learn to create your own site, there are now a number of services such as Weebly, Wix, and WordPress that allow people without programming skills to develop their own websites. In addition to costing you less, these services allow you to make frequent updates and changes to your site without needing to pay a developer to do it. New consultants may need to get started by building a modest website at the beginning and then gradually upgrade it as their practice grows. It is better to have an operational website today that is less than perfect than it is to have a dream website that never gets built.